what the traffic looked like to get to that new
I can imagine,
thing.
yeah.
It was just the biggest thing in Tennessee, I guess. Well, but the cool thing was, this was an outdoor gig, and Ray's band was just some really great players. And it was, Heartaches by the Number for the good times. All of those #1 hits, everything he did was a #1 record.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, it was really a highlight in my life to get to play with Ray Price.
And what a voice.
Oh, yeah, the voice, man. I mean, but now, if you wanted a conversationalist, he was not it. He didn't say hardly anything to anybody. He wasn't arrogant. He was just Ray Price, and he was just quiet. And, but man, when he opened those chops to sing, it was big stuff.
Yeah,
he was really great.
I want you to. I've been to Ronnie's house several times, and we've sat and talked and about all kinds of things, and it's fun to have a new friend that sort of has some of the same. I don't have any of the experiences that he's had like we've talked about today, but I've been on the periphery of some of that, and it's fun for me to hear the story. That's why I do this show. Is it's not so much about the performance, it's about how you get from. It's about the journey.
Yeah.
Life's treasures are on the journey, not necessarily at the destination.
Yeah.
And sitting at Ronnie's, Ronnie would pick up a guitar every now and then and start playing. And Ronnie's house is he has a home out on Tim's Ford, and he has, how many grandchildren do you have, Ronnie?
4.
4. And each one of them has a room out there, don't they, that's sort of designated to them?
Yeah.
When they come to Grandpa and Grandma's house. Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful place, and they're lovely people. And you played me a song one day that you wrote about, was it your daughter or one of your grandchildren? It was your daughter.
My youngest daughter.
Youngest daughter, when she was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And why someone has never cut this song, I'll never know. It's one of the prettiest, and it's not just about a little girl. It's about the world. It's about all of us. Mm-hmm. And what's the title of it?
Little People.
Little People.
I almost changed the title to Little Children, but anyway.
Little People.
Yeah, it's Little People. And I should tell you, though, it was recorded.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. You remember Barbara Fairchild?
That's right. You told me that Barbara did that.
Man, she did an incredible job. And she's such a sweet person. Just great. In fact, Barbara had moved back to Texas. I don't remember the year, 80-ish, something like that. But she was living in Texas, and I called her and I said, I got a song that I would really like to produce on you. And she said she was working somewhere out there doing something, but anyway, she got excited about it, especially when I sent her the songs.
Right. She
loved it, and so I brought her back to town, and we cut it, and it got released, but it just never took off. But it wasn't a major label.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. But she is one of the sweetest people in the world.
Yeah.
But
some of the best don't always end up being superstars.
Yeah.
But they're still the best.
She
they're
was
still
at
some
one
of the best.
time, though.
Yeah,
she was really rocking.
I tell you what, would you do that song for us, Ronnie?
Yeah. I need to. Earlier, when I mentioned about my daughter, the youngest daughter, being an artist, I really didn't finish that. She got to a point where she's always had jobs with other companies. She's really good at some other things too, but she took about 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, she and her husband, they had worked on this for a little while, but as an artist, she doesn't have to be anywhere. She can paint from anywhere.
Yeah.
And she goes to those art crawl things and to represent her product. But anyway, she and Rick love the ocean, so they decided, let's move to Destin. Well, Pat and I thought, you two are insane, you know, you just, man, they bought a house, and a new house that was being built, and they finished it last week. They moved to Destin, which is very cool for the parents.
Yes, yes.
We have a place to go. But anyway, this song is about her. Her name's Julie, and she was, she's a really great musician too. She was a classical pianist and really
Takes after her pops.
well,
Little people.
I don't know, yeah. Hope I remember it okay.
Just what you sing of it will be just fine.
5 years old just today, and her biggest concern is, can I pin the tail on the donkey with the blindfold on? Her little friends all here, and presents just for her. Today she's the happiest little girl in the world. 2 blue eyes that sparkle, blonde hair that feels like silk. When she looks at you and smiles, your heart can't help but melt. She laughs a little giggle every chance she gets, and she don't try to be nobody except exactly who she is. Oh, ain't it wonderful how little kids love the way they do? It's beautiful, don't you wish the rest of the world would do it too? 'Cause little people give so much more than they take. We could all learn a lesson from little children's ways. She knows that Jesus loves her. She knows she loves him too. Every day she tells me she loves mommy and me too. She'll give you a bear hug if you just ask her to. But now don't you get all her sugar, Grandma'll get you if you do. She likes Big Bird and Oscar, the Cookie Monster. Did I just sing this part? The Cookie Monster too. She can sing her ABCs like the kids on TV do. She can love an old stray dog as if he had a pedigree. Oh, red and yellow, black and white, they're just colors she can see. Oh, ain't it wonderful how little kids love the way they do? It's beautiful, don't you wish the rest of the world would do it too? 'Cause little people give so much more than they take. We could all use a lesson from little people ways. Oh, little people don't even know how to hate. We could all learn a lesson from little children's ways.
Ronny Hughes, my friend, thank you very, very much for that.
Well, thanks
What a
for
wonderful
asking.
piece of music.
Thank you.
What a wonderful guy. Folks, I tell you what, this has been an enjoyable time for me. I hope it has for you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence here. One of Nashville's brightest and best. And well, you've been involved with it for 40 years, and you've seen it rise, you've seen it fall, you've seen all the different things that happen in that industry and how it changes, and you've been blessed by the ability to be part of all of that. You're one of the fortunate few.
It certainly has been a wonderful thing, and I appreciate it so much. I didn't accomplish 10% of what I wanted to, but you know, I've been scattered too, so that
you know,
keeps it from happening sometimes.
It's one of those things, Ronnie, that you feel that way. I was sitting on the steps on Music Row with a friend of mine, Rich Grissom, who wrote some songs. He and I wrote songs together, and we were sitting on steps on 16th Avenue, two nobodies, and a bus pulls by, and the bus guy stops, and he's telling all these people from Canada who are in Music City on vacation, look at those guys up there on Music Row, and we weren't, but to them, who'd come from Canada, they weren't sitting on those steps. So the closer you get to success, the definitions change. When you own the one horse farm, you want to own the whole range, I guess, you know. But yes, sir, you've been a very big part of that industry, and you were very successful at it, and I'm just proud to call you friend, and I appreciate you being here with me today. Ronnie, thank you, buddy. We appreciate you very much. Folks, that's this edition of Melodies Wrapped Around Life, brought to you by It's a Matter of Music Publishing Company and P-Head Productions. We'll see you next time.
For information regarding It's a Matter of Music's catalog and songs written by John Gray, contact John at 931-581-5238 or John Gray at pheadtv.com.